Hello, everyone. I'm Dan,
And I'm Austin.
and we are here to play games.
Badly.
Badly! Alright, welcome back to Xenogears. Last time we finished up dealing with making our escape and dealing with the Gebler forces. We now have a party of 4. Ellie has joined as well as Rico. And like what's that?
I said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I had mentioned last time, I went ahead and did some grinding. So Ellie and Rico both have their death blows leveled up. Once again, I just want to give the qualification here that it is in no way necessary to do this. Just kind of do what you want. I do recommend doing some occasional grinding, but you don't have to spend like 3 hours whenever you get a new person or anything like that, like I do. I just love grinding. It's fun.
Yeah, it's just Dan doing Dan things.
Yeah, this is just how I play these games, so feel free, go crazy. There's no reason not to, but...
Right, and well, and you mentioned that death blows are like the main source of attack with gears specifically, because, you know, I think you and I had discussed magic versus physical in a non-gear situation.
Yes.
A little bit, and and gears don't really do magic at the moment, at least. And so physical death blows gives them their death blows specifically, so it's good to have them learned if they have the capability of learning them.
Yeah, so it is very, very useful, especially in the long run, to have your death blows up to date. Now, Ellie's gear, like all the other ones, has the ether machine option, and because she has, and I'll just look at her abilities real quick, she has elemental abilities for all elements, and then she's got area abilities for all 4 as well. Wind, fire, water, earth. Those are usable in her gear, so if you want, you can slap Ether Doubler, Power Magic. Ether Doubler will make these double the cost, but you will hit a lot harder with them. And combining it with Power Magic means Power Magic will also be doubled, so you can just skyrocket her Ether power, which is already pretty impressive. She's got 41 and is using the Ether Stone currently. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. The other thing I wanted to mention is I did go ahead, and I'll show you guys a little bit more, but I did go ahead and upgrade the other gears. We were able to do that within Nortune. So Heimdall has an up-to-date fuel and engine, as well as more HP. Steer also does. Steer is not available right now because Rico's not currently in my party. I've switched back to Citan. And Virge now has decent HP and more fuel, more output by 1. So Virge is in very, very good shape at this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I noticed this last time, and I forgot to mention it. The city of Kislev, right? We just ran past it.
Nortune? Over there?
Nortune, yeah. Sorry. Right, Kislev's the country, Nortune's the city.
Correct. Nortune's the capital.
There's a, like, you know, it's kind of star-ish shaped, right? It's got the 4 prongs.
Yeah.
There's a prong that looks like it has a lot of damage to it. I'm assuming that's where the Hecht crashed into the city.
That's correct. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, so it kind of made that weird crater in the side of it. I can pop back over there real quick, but yeah, that's essentially, it's taken that battle damage. Let's do sky attack here.
I don't know that backtracking is necessary. It's just something I noticed, and I was confirming.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably visible on the screen as we were kind of standing in front of it. One thing, I'm gonna demonstrate something real quick if I can. I think it's this one, maybe. Yeah. So watch Ellie's weapon here. Yep. So her staff can split into 2 halves in her death blows, which I think is just cool. She has a cool weapon.
Yeah, like a extendable rod that is also a double baton or something.
Yep. And she has a coherent weapon upgrade path. She's one of few party members, because, you know, several of our party members haven't used weapons, but Bart and Ellie both have weapons that are upgradable. So you can grab and buy upgrades as you go.
Yeah.
I believe I'm going the right way to head up to the Goliath factory. We'll find out momentarily.
Well, if you are heading in a northernly direction, you're at least in the right vicinity.
Yes, indeed.
Sort of. That's interesting. Looks like you got to go east. There's like a path that goes up and around.
Up and around.
Yeah, so like assuming that this map I'm looking at is relatively correct, which so far they've all been that way, so I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Yeah.
Nortune is on like the western side of this section that we're in.
Yes.
And so if you go east of Nortune, there's like a...
Right.
This is like a path on because it's an ASCII map, but I'm assuming it's like a trail or something that'll...
Right. That's correct.
Go east.
Yeah, that's correct. So the reason for that is, if you look over there, we had to go around the river through that forest.
Okay.
Because Nortune's right over there. And you could
Gotcha.
sort of see that little, like, that damage there on, like, the very, very top there on the left side of it. Yep. Yeah, so it's just taking some damage. The battle arena is shut down. The residential, or the prison district is kind of in chaos a little bit. So they're not in the best of shape after the attack. And I believe we've reached the factory.
It's a giant box.
It sure is. It's a secret
That box
tunnel.
is about as big as Nortune is.
You know what I think we need to do?
You're tiny.
Gears.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right. So
Why don't you just run around as your tiny self?
yeah, all the get attacked by enemy gears. Like, we got this. It's fine.
It is really quiet in here.
Yep.
Oh, well, interesting.
Yeah. So we should.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we should be encountering. Yep. Hello.
Hey, buddy.
It's Hammer.
Hammer. He's using one of the shop gears, right?
He is. Yeah.
Hammer. Hey, bro. I went ahead and opened up the locks for you because I'm cool like that.
That's right.
What? The gear? Nah, don't worry about the details. I'm the information man. Grahf gave it to me. I mean, there's nothing out of my reach.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine.
But hey, there aren't any enemies, though. Something's suspicious. That is very suspicious. Because I'm already like, why are there not any like defenses for the front door?
Yeah, there's really not much going on currently.
Oh, yeah. You can change your party and even shop. Oh, that's a cool little feature that he allows that set up there.
Yeah, so he'll allow a party change. We're going to stick with this party for now. But I will go ahead and go into the shop here and just kind of demonstrate what I was saying. So the tune-up, we've got the V12. So 12 output, 2,000 fuel. Veltol, it's kind of as we've been seeing it. Virge is also using 15. The frame, I was able to get her from 1,500 to 4,000, which is pretty cool. Her engine is a V15 2000. So she's running at 15 output, which is pretty cool. Solaris gear. And then, Sighton is at a 12. Yeah, and then 15. And I believe it's Rico. Yeah, his is at 13 output. He's got so I'm accepting the 300 less fuel for now. You can kind of make your own call on that. There are some more drastic instances where you can get more output out of your engine for less fuel. And those of you that have played through to endgame know exactly what I'm talking about, but there's some interesting decisions that are to be made here.
I was going to ask if the W, because I know we have V12, V whatever, but his is a W13.
Yes.
Does the W denote anything like that? It's lesser fuel even with a higher output, so it's a different brand, I guess, of
Yeah, that's how
Tension.
that's how I've always taken it. Hers is a V as well. Um, yeah, there's an even more drastic example of that sort of thing, but yeah, I believe that's what that means. I've never really, I don't really know what the V versus the W means here. I think it's just a
Hmm.
brand of engine. Um,
Eh, Okay.
yeah, yeah, I'll have to check on that and see if that actually has any sort of meaning to it because there's not really much um, that's very obvious.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Um, but the armor I wanted to point out. So Steer's armor is not either of these. It's over on the right side here, the Z Alloy 25. So what that means is you get 200 defense and you get 50 ether defense out of this armor.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's completely. So he has the best armor plate of any of our gears currently because everybody else is on the MS-15. So this is going to become more common as you go. And generally, I fall on the side where I prefer a split between defense and ether defense. I don't recall if there is in the end. I believe there is in the end a very high defensive armor, and then there's marginally lower physical defense in exchange for a good amount of magic defense. I usually make that decision. To have some magic defense because
Mhm.
sometimes you get hit with magic and gears, and it's good to have a little bit of a defensive boost there.
Right.
Your mileage may vary. Sort of depends on what you're fighting, but you usually don't need to get that granular. So I kind of make a hammer and I go with it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it is cool that that's his gear is the first one to have that. Oh,
Interesting.
I didn't check his items, but I don't think he has anything unique. I'll go ahead and double check it.
Sounds good.
I wish they did not say the same thing every time.
Right. While this is going on,
Yeah.
something I made a joke last time about how Seitan has said something like, "Hey, this will restore your HP," and how like, oh yeah, because that's totally lingo that they would use,
Right.
in a real setting, because we all know what HP is,
Mhm.
And it got me thinking about ludonarrative,
Ah, yes.
and specifically in like D&D and stuff. When I as the perpetual DM,
Mm.
I try to find ways to let my players know they've acquired something specific it could be a well-known thing. It depends on what it is. If it's like a common like potion or something, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a potion of healing. But if it's like a unique spell scroll or maybe one of those more legacy kind of legendary items, ooh, those guys look fun.
Here we go.
I try to find ways to say it in the game, especially as a character, right? Like if in the rare chance of playing as a character and I'm giving somebody like, let's say, bardic inspiration, I might say something like, you're feeling inspired by this poetry that I'm eschewing from my mouth. Now, I may not recite actual poetry, but it gives it that more ludonarrative feeling, right? Because like in a game, in reality, right, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm giving you bardic inspiration, or hey, I'm casting bull strength on you. What's going to happen is the wizard behind me is going to tap the barbarian on the butt and be like, attaboy, or whatever, and they're going to be filled with strength, like,
Sure.
and then you can be like, mechanically that translates to a +2 blah blah blah, but like you feel like you are stronger than you were before, and that you, instead of being able to tackle an ox, you can now tackle a rhino, whatever.
So strong. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there's some weird breakdowns for strength in D&D that are really funny.
I'm sure.
And
Yeah.
so it got me thinking, like, what are ways that JRPGs, or any RPG really, any kind of narrative where you're collecting items that do mechanical things,
Mhm.
can be explained by each character in a ludonarrative way,
Right.
right? So Seitan could have said something like, oh, it'll help you restore the frame of your gear.
It'll repair your gear. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, like using nanotechnology or whatever,
Yeah. Some kind of a technobabble type thing. Right.
And then, you get the looking at the item or the pop-up that says, yeah, anytime you have an HP whatever, which, you know, that takes you out of the game too. So it's a balance.
Sure.
And it's not a judgment that they said HP here.
Right. Yeah.
It got me thinking, like, I wonder what are ways that you could do that in a more fluid sense.
Well,
where you
yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say one of the good examples of that is Star Trek uses structural integrity field.
Right.
So that's sort of like, it's this ship's HP. It isn't really. Not really. It's a little more complicated than that, but if you play a Star Trek game, it generally that, like, the hull integrity is this low. Once it's at 0%, your ship explodes, that kind of thing.
Right.
Something like that functions pretty well, you know, like the mechanical, your gear will break down, that kind of thing, and you won't be able to move anymore.
Right. And Star Trek and other sci-fi settings actually do really well with that kind of stuff because they have multiple forms of HP, quote unquote, mechanically speaking.
Yeah.
So like Rogue Squadron, Star Trek Online, that kind of stuff, where they have a shield hit point pool.
Yeah, that's true.
And the actual structural integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And those are, depending on the game, represented by percentages, typically.
Right.
But there's still mechanically hard numbers there associated with it.
Ah, here it is. I was looking in the wrong place. The reason I was driving into the wall was I was looking for this gold nugget. Now we found it.
Right. But that allows for, you know, a more ludonarrative way of saying, hey, you've got more HP because we reinforced the armor on your X-Wing, or your shield generator has been upgraded, or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, on a fundamental level, as a player, you go, oh, that just means I've got essentially more hit points.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. One thing I wanted to mention, you might notice that Ellie's weapon looks a little bit different. I've gone ahead and upgraded her to the Hot Rod G weapon. So
the Hot Rod.
Yeah. It's something.
Is it hot?
I assume it is.
Hot to the touch?
Perhaps. It doesn't look hot to the touch. But
no, it doesn't.
Maybe it is.
It looks rather spiky and painful.
Yes, maybe it should be the spiky rod.
Let's call it is. It's a mace.
But yeah, she started with a lower attack power. The Hot Rod G is a significant upgrade. It's like an extra 20 attack or something. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, wow. I don't know why it's such a big upgrade. But that combined with Virge's engine, you know, it's higher output. I definitely recommend using Ellie here. You probably will want to anyway, since she's a very new party member at this point. But yeah, follow that instinct. She is, especially her gear, is really, really good right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's so quiet.
It is very quiet.
And now we have a battle. Random battles. All right. Oh, this is one of those. Okay. Hang on. Let's deal with these guys. That was a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so these guys are mechanics. They will repair the gears.
Oh yeah, those are like the swole dudes from the vents too.
Yep.
What? Yeah, what kind of wrench is that?
They throw giant wrenches to repair gears. Dink. Just stamp them out.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Always amuses me.
Good gracious.
Just one of those things like, oh yeah, I got this. Like, that gear is really tall. Like, what do you mean you got this?
They've been genetically altered to wield wrenches the size of gears.
Yep. I think there is a save point coming up after more battles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in an offshoot. You'll see it on your left if you're keeping the camera behind you.
Yep.
I like that she has little hearts coming out from her attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's adorable.
Indeed. I like Veerage. It's a cool gear.
It is.
It's also the first gear other than Veltal that has a very sleek look to it. Citan's gear is it's not especially blocky, but Steer and Brigadier both strike me a little more mechanical looking, a little less sleek.
Yeah. Yeah, Steer especially feels like a strange amalgamation of parts.
Oh yeah. Let's actually take a look at the drop we just got here. So, I'm not going to equip this over the magnetic coat. Yeah, so mica is sort of like the insulated AR, but it doesn't have the defense. But if something's going to use a bunch of electric attacks, it's good to have mica. We do also have the beam jammer, which I believe came on Ellie's gear. So that's available. I'm just running kind of a generic setup here. I've got the insulated AR on Veerage here. And then magnetic coats, frame HPs. So it's pretty generic. Your mileage may vary. There will be some scenarios where we're going to want to use specific equipment to certain situations. I did not see a save point.
Yeah, it's right there.
Ah, here it is.
Yep.
Perfect.
It looks like that area dead ends as well, so...
Yeah, the area behind the save point. Oh boy. Dink. Good idea, actually. Especially since Ellie has more fuel, we're going to use the opportunity to charge Faye and Titans a little bit.
Do it.
Sure, repair him. I didn't damage him, but repair him. I'm okay with that. Yeah, even though this is, you can't really do a gear death blow on enemies that are on foot like that, you will level up your attack level by attacking them.
So, really kind of in your favor to focus on building your level on those enemies specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
Kick.
Yeah, let's get to her. I'm going to go ahead and use a level 3 here. Cool move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Ellie and Citan are going to have access to the first level 3 death blow in their gears. Faye will have access to his 2 because he's got enough death blows. So once they level up a little bit, they'll be able to use both of their level 3s.
Excellent.
Go ahead and save here, and we will continue through this very, very quiet factory.
Yeah, it's like, I know it's not completely empty, obviously, because we're fighting these guards, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like Skeletal Crew right now.
It does.
Which kind of makes me feel like Goliath is already launched, which is a problem.
Yeah, that would be a problem if it had already been launched. Could also be that it's, it's just like they're not expecting us to come storming in with gears.
Sure. But for something as highly classified as like the Goliath probably was, it's going to be under heavy guard.
Yep.
And this is not heavy guard.
No, it is not.
This is light guard.
Mm-hmm.
So either Goliath has already launched, or they're lulling us into a trap so that the Goliath can try to blow us up.
That's an interesting.
Either way is not a good not a good thing.
Not feeling good about this.
Right. It's like that old stereotypical moment in the movies where it's like, it's quiet. Too quiet.
Too quiet, yes. Give me more levels, game. More levels.
More.
More. All right, grab this.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 2-cylinder. Let's take a look at it. I honestly don't remember what all these are. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Agility in water. That's a little bit similar to the sea circuit, agility in desert, or the AC. I think there's some others that are specific to terrain. Again, your mileage may vary on that sort of thing. But if you are in that sort of terrain and you notice it, it's good to have stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah, and especially if you're very well upgraded here, you can kind of autopilot your way through a lot of this stuff. These enemies are not too bad.
Yeah.
The game does a good job, I feel, of just kind of easing you in. Like, yeah, sure. Here's some, it's not like it's completely easy. Like, you do still need to be paying attention, and it's good to have the healing items at this point, but yeah. It's not too bad yet.
Yeah, it makes sense. Seems like,
Wow. Counter raid.
Right. Seems like Verge has a lot less health than everybody else.
Yeah, that is
Is her gear just by default a lower hit point pool?
Virge has 4,000 HP currently.
Okay.
So she's not lacking that much, but she has taken a little more damage than either Faye or Sidon has.
Okay. Maybe that's what's happening then.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do one of these. I'm just going to pick one. Let's do Endemo Burn. Now, you'll see this is an area, so we can hit one of these or the other. So we'll just do this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Crunched.
Bye.
Yup. I enjoy the ether attacks in this game. I don't often use them. This is sort of the era, I feel, where NP restoration is something that you kind of have that instinct that forms where you're just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to use NP, and you just kind of never, you just keep attacking,
Right. Well, and games like this, especially like in Skies did this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there was almost no reason to.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, you could use magic in Skies, but magic didn't seem that potent. Even the most powerful Pyrulin spell felt like it did minimal damage compared to me just smacking somebody with Rain of Swords.
That's certainly true. Skies had other problems with magic, but yeah.
I don't think Xenogears is quite to that degree of all these magics are cool. I just wish I could, have a reason to use them.
Right.
But it seems like it's not as emphasized, which is fine. Again, no judgment here. But as another concurrent with this system, 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there were certain enemies where magic was the way to go to do massive outputs of damage to get through them.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember that at all, but it's been a while since I've played 7.
Maybe I'm misremembering 7 specifically then, but my experiences with the Final Fantasy series overall, especially 10, I can think of plenty of experiences with 10.
10,
where
definitely, yeah.
But they were tailored specifically so that your black mage would do something with them, right? Like that was the entire balancing system.
I particularly enjoy this attack name, Hakai. Japanese, I believe, for destruction.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. If you have watched Dragon Ball Super, that may be familiar to you. Obviously, this came out way before that, but yeah.
Right.
But that also means Sidon can use his second of his level 3 death blows in his gear, which is pretty cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. I think we got another. Yep, there's another forced encounter up here.
Yeah.
I think we got some mechanics in this one, so maybe we'll do some more ether. Yeah. All right. let's go ahead. We'll start knocking out the ones on this side.
Oh, okay. I see what they did here. There's like a path that runs underneath where you're at right now, which makes it look like there's a drop down in the map, but it's not. It's that you go over that spot.
Yes.
And then the path wraps around.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. We were talking about the ASCII map. It's written in such, and they had to do it this way, but it's written in such a way to where it's like making odd connections. What do you think here? Fire, water, earth?
We did lightning earlier, right?
That's right.
Let's fire. Burn them.
All right. Oh.
I'm sorry. Was that a thermonuclear device?
That's what it's got. It does have thermo in it. It did.
Good gracious. There was a cloud.
Yup. Very destructive.
Pretty sure the building shouldn't still be there with that kind of explosion. Oh, wait, but we're also in the era of JRPGs where you can throw a moon at somebody and the planet's fine.
That's true. I'm going to do a single target on this guy. That one's weird looking. Yeah, so I'm not really bothering with powering Ellie's magic up with accessories currently. You can do that if you want her to run specifically that, and you want to just kind of toss ether point restoratives, which I should probably look at here in a second. But especially if you went ahead and bought like a million Omega Saws in Nortune, feel free, just go absolutely crazy with it if you want.
Yeah,
with relatively
they're not that expensive, so it's worth getting them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with relatively light usage, I've only used 16 of her EP. And then, yeah, I think we've still got some of these, but Omega Sols are going to more than compensate for it, and you probably have accumulated enough money. I just didn't bother with it, but Omega Sols are on sale everywhere, so if you haven't done it at this point and you want to, just go crazy with it. They're probably the best thing to buy from the commodity shops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy we were following was like, yeah, I went ahead and bought 99 of these guys.
Right. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yep. Oh, hey, we're on a conveyor belt. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, we have no choice. We are going this way.
That's interesting.
Uh-huh. All right.
All right. Oh, there's an item right there.
Yeah, we're going to go around and grab that.
Not in your gear, you won't?
I guess not.
I like the design of these Hakamoto gears.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. Do Earth.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's a spear user too. Like, I really like spears in games. I don't use them often, and I'm much more of like a sword user, like if as a player. But I think spears are woefully underrepresented.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I agree. And they're just I know at least one of our viewers will be pleased to hear me say this, but they're very good weapons when it comes to just a general martial usage of a weapon.
Yeah, they've got good reach. You can get good control with them, right? Like things you have to consider. They're pretty flexible.
Yeah,
depending on what they're made of.
Just as a reminder to players, what I just did was I used both of the trigger buttons to exit the gears. You have to do that in tight spaces like that, and that's how I was able to get that treasure. So,
Yep.
And I think here we can... Is it this door? Or do we have to, like, boost up here?
Yeah, it looks like it's to the south.
It does, doesn't it? Let's see here.
Yeah. Is there a door up there? Maybe?
Oh, no, I know what we need to do. Let's see. I think we gotta press... Interesting.
No.
Still going that way.
Huh.
Let's see here. I think we have to reverse the conveyor belt.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
East wall. Okay. So, yeah. This switch right here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the really obvious blinky thingy.
Yeah, the blinking switch that we walked right past. Yep, that one.
We're good at games.
That's right. Oh, they know. We've made it very clear.
It's been months. If you haven't figured it out by now, I mean...
Or if this is your first video. We're not
Right.
the best
Well,
at video games.
our intro says it all.
That's right.
But if this is your first video, welcome. Hope you're having fun.
Yep.
Would highly encourage you to go watch the first of these and go from there, for the series especially.
Yeah, this is going to be crucial to understand the story from the beginning and the stuff at play, the various elements.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Now we go this way.
Yep. We were looking for a door that's on the opposite end.
That's right. Yeah, which is also why the ASCII map is the way it is, because you have to go this way, deal with it, and then come back, and then head this way. All right. Now, let's see. Is there anything in here? Nope, I don't think so. I think we got some
Gotta
stuff.
get to the next area first,
up.
it looks like.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and if you need to go back, I think you can press that to do that. Maybe? Let me check here.
I think it's interesting that there's a clear stylization for the gears for an area.
Yep.
Like it's not really like explicitly stated, but I appreciate that, you know, Kislev, their gears are coded in such a way that they look like they're wearing, you know, samurai armor, right?
Yep.
Whereas the AV units look more like, I don't know. I think of like the Brigadier set in like Dark Souls, you know. Maybe that's not the right word. Brigand? Maybe it's the Brigand set. That
The
might be the right
Brigand
way of saying it.
set. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
Where, you know, it's got the studded leather and the pleat, like the skirted type of armor.
Oh, yep. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. I guess for a real world comparison, Roman-ish,
Right.
but that's not quite right. So
many conveyor
Yeah.
belts.
oh, I see. It's above that room. I thought it was below that room.
Nope.
Okay.
We're on the bridge.
That makes more sense.
I believe there's some stuff in this room.
Yeah, there are two chests to the south, theoretically, of the save point.
Ah. Okay. Is it these?
Hey.
All right. So another gold nugget and a mica, and I believe that is all of the treasure in this dungeon.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So we're going to go ahead and save here.
Next is boss time.
That's right. We're about to fight the boss of this dungeon. Pretty short dungeon.
That's okay. We don't have to have lengthy ones.
Yep. Southern wall switch. Okay, so this one. Okay, so we're going to press that, and then we can... okay, yeah. So, one interesting thing, if you are low on healing or you're having some trouble, and you need, you know, some help recovering your gears, what you can do is you can kill everything in one of these battles except for one mechanic, and the mechanic will begin repairing your gears.
It's really funny to me.
Like, mercy, I'm repairing your gears. Don't kill me.
All right.
Let's actually see if we can get it to do that. It'd be pretty funny.
Wee.
And yeah, I'll go ahead and just fix her up a little bit here. Do a little bit of charging. Are you going to repair us? Yeah. Oh, nope. That's an attack.
Did you just throw a wrench at me?
How dare you, sir? Give him one more chance. You got one more chance. Nope. You've run out of chances.
For the Empire!
That's right. Okay, so I believe what we need to do is hit this switch. And then I think we go up here.
You get your save done?
Yeah, I just saved. So we should be good here.
All right. So if the Goliath is there, and this is not a trap, then the only other thing I can think of is that maybe somebody has drawn out the guards.
Interesting.
Somehow. Like an imminent threat or something, maybe orders falsely given or something. What is that? Those are huge scratch marks on the floor.
Yep.
Oh dear.
The boss.
Wow.
Another B gear.
I didn't know Loose Cannon Lapin was in this.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch on booster for everybody.
Phys 6. Physics.
Yup. We're fighting physics.
See, I knew math wasn't my friend. Although this is science, technically physics.
Physics is math.
Yeah.
Basically.
Certainly a lot of math in it.
Yeah. Physics. Let's see. Yeah, this guy is 6,800 HP, so I'm just going to build everyone to 3 and throw my best.
Is he going to smash us with the friction?
He might. Only when he's angry.
Swing us around with his centripetal and centrifugal forces?
Yep. Both of those.
But his worst attack is the pendulum. It never hits the same place twice.
Yup. You got a point.
Yes. I would apologize for my terrible jokes, but I enjoy them too much.
Okay, so he has gone ahead and done his buff. I am going to get Veltal up to 3 here. And let's just see what we can do here.
Smack. Smack. Smack.
About 1,000, not bad. Kinjin.
Yeah. This boss has 6,800?
That's right.
Okay. So, yeah, just like, you know, 7 to 8 of those types of combos.
Yup. Now, there will come a point when his buff wears off, so we'll be able to do a little bit more to him at that point. The other thing that will happen is mechanics are going to come out, so we'll have to deal with them.
Okay. Heimdall, his back piece, makes me think a little bit of Master Roshi.
Like a turtle shell?
Yeah, like the turtle, the turtle hermit.
I can see that.
Slayton attended the comedy school.
Now, let's go ahead and fix some of that Yeah, Virge is definitely the lowest defensively of the gears at the moment, but well worth it for the power you get.
As I say, a bit of a glass cannon, it seems.
A little bit, yeah. At least right now. But keep her over half, and you should be fine.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead. I'm actually going to charge at level 3 here. Yeah. I don't like that. Oof.
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and turn off booster because damage becomes very difficult to do to the boss currently. And we'll go ahead and charge until it kind of wears off because it will very shortly here. And
Gotcha.
charging at level 3 will get more fuel that way.
Handy.
Ouch.
Ow. Listen, just because we hit you that hard doesn't mean you're allowed to hit us that hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Just checking the timing here. Get her back over that. Overheating.
Locked up, can't move.
Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and start tossing some damage here. Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful.
Taken care of.
Wow. The mechanics didn't even show up, did they?
They didn't. Yeah, they should show up if it keeps overheating, but we just out-damaged them, basically.
Aha.
Levels for everybody.
Yep, this is why Dan does Dan things. Do not expect any JRPG that Austin drives to be nearly as good as this.
Yeah, all of the grinding really helps in this case, but yeah, a lot of times it tends to be like here's the strategy you need to use, that sort of thing. There was a little bit in that one. All right, so we can go ahead and yeah, just to kind of where are those? Oh yeah, just the giant scratch marks across the floor here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kind of massive.
Yeah. Smooth move, knucklehead.
That's right.
Okay, so this is the Goliath. Get a load of this. I can't believe they'd make such a thing. Shall we see if it works?
Yes.
I don't know. It still feels like a trap. Doc, do you know how to operate it?
Just got a bad feeling.
Yeah. Just my scruffy looking nerf herder instincts kicking in.
Yes.
Not really, but Faye, you were not thinking of stealing this big thing without knowing how to operate it, were you? Well, I was hoping there'd be some buttons. Maybe an instruction manual.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
We're flying by the seat of our pants here.
If we're flying at all.
Oh, yeah. I'll after I save here, I'll... Okay. So, our party has changed. Rico has come into the party at this point, and Seitan has left because he is dealing with flying it. So, make sure Rico is in good shape here. Probably okay with this. Oh yeah, the ground, which we just got, lowers electrical damage by 50%, so useful. Yeah, I've got another magnetic coat. I don't know if I want to put it on him right now, though, so I'll give him... I'll just leave him how he is. He's fine. And I think... Yeah, everyone's gears are healed up here, so that's useful. Okay.
All right.
So let's go ahead and talk to everybody.
So they were this close to having it up and operational.
Yep. Yeah, that's all she says. Okay. Hammer, what you got, buddy?
Bro, this thing is incredible. Boy, is this exciting. I like this ship. It's exciting.
Rico, nothing.
I think we can do this.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Well then, shall we go?
Let's go!
So did they, were they working on it and then just abandoned the project?
That's a very good question. You would think that their super weapon would have a bunch of people in it, right?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and then Ellie just said they were so close to having it up and operational, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think some of this is coming from the attack that just happened on Nortune. So it's possible that, there aren't as many people here because they were pulled to come and help out in the capital or something like that.
Sure, help with rebuilding efforts and stuff like this, because
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of secondary to maintaining your city.
Yeah, and we saw when the Kaiser was introduced that he did not intend on attacking Av even when they're vulnerable. So he's got a little bit of a passive, maybe not passive, but like a timid posture when it comes to his military instincts, I suppose.
Or at least reserved. I don't even know if timidity was the right
reserved
approach there.
Reserved is a better word for that. I agree. So but we also saw that they were basically under martial law. Not exactly martial law, but there was just military all over the place in Nortune after the attack. So
right,
that's probably why.
Yeah, okay, it makes sense. Well, everyone, this could be dangerous, so please be seated.
All right.
Put on your seat belts. Is everyone ready?
Oh, yeah.
It will shake a little. Couldn't you tell us a bit sooner? Look at all those propellers.
There are many, many, many propellers on the Goliath.
I really can't believe we're just waltzing out with the Goliath.
Uh-huh. It's ours now.
This is too easy. I don't trust it. I still don't trust it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it comes with new music. Oh, I knew it was the new Sandcrawler.
So good.
It's an awesome ship, though.
I love it. I love the Goliath.
Got like 13 propellers. Good grief.
Yeah. I love that you counted those, by the way.
I had to know.
Gotta know. How many are there?
I had to know how many windmills were on top of the ship.
Sort of reminds me of when you're kind of throwing something together in Kerbal Space Program a little bit, and you just start adding propellers everywhere. Fly! Fly!
All right. The shaking has subsided. We should be in good shape for now.
All right.
Bro, what are we going to do now? Go to Av as planned? Yeah. Hey. What happened, Doc? What?
Problems happened.
You and your... I'm going to stand on my gear because I'm cool. That's... It's him. It's him. Faye, where are you going? I'm going out with the gear. How did he know they were going to be there? Faye! Master? Even Ellie? That was a cool shot.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, I want to try to get that one for the frame. Why are you outside of your gear? God,
Very
Grahf?
good question.
This man has no fear.
Mm-hmm.
The Goliath wasn't built for you to use. It's mine. You must remain on this land a little longer. I can't allow you to leave.
That's my gear. My ship.
Super guided shot.
Ow. Good gracious.
So to answer your question, because he doesn't need his gear, that's why he's standing outside of it.
What you doing? Thwarting my plans?
Yeah, so both Faye's gear and Rico's gear have had their health halved.
Gee.
Because he's on foot, we have to just do attacks as best we can here.
Oh. Wow. So this immediately puts him on par with the Demon of Elru, which is unsurprising because we've seen them sort of adjacent to each other, standing on equal footing in a non-battle situation, which means that they at least are meant to be comparable.
Right. Yeah, they're pretty equivalent power-wise.
His ability to fly around is a little interesting. I'm assuming that has to do with his abilities with the Aether.
So, you can now draw upon more of your power.
So,
But
Grahf...
it's still not enough.
Indeed. Grahf has 5,000 HP in this encounter. It really doesn't matter if he downs you. Now, one thing that's important that you may have noticed while we were fighting him is he did not attack Ellie once.
I did notice that, yes.
He will not attack her. He only attacks Faye and Rico. And if both of them are downed, if both of their gears are downed, the fight ends. It's a scripted end to the encounter. So.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then...
Faye, hold on tightly now.
Oh?
I'm sorry, did you forget that Saitan was with Faye? Ah!
He banks it, and both Grahf and his gear go flying off the wing.
You know, that's fine. Grahf can have a little bit of humble pie.
I know, right? He's so cocky all the time.
I'm slipping.
I'm slipping.
Ah!
Ooh.
Ah! Look out! Master Satan, it's all right to throw the black creep, but bro, and Master Rico as well? I mean, they can fly in their gears.
It's true.
If it is them, they are okay.
And of course, Grahf is going to have to deal with not being in his gear because he was being cocky in the fight.
Yeah, it's showboating for sure.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll fight you with both my hands tied behind my back.
Flies off the wing. Ah! Mistakes were made.
Right. Never mind that, Hammer. Go to that trigger. Trigger? You mean this? What do I do with it? Well, you point the fake laser at the window and the real lasers will shoot.
That's right.
You must fire. Look, it's coming. Yeah.
He's recovered pretty quickly.
Right. Well, it's not surprising. I mean, we already established that Grahf can fly as well. So,
Indeed.
They're here.
Panic, 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 panic.
That was very Dexter's Laboratory. Ah, ah. Hammer, calm down and concentrate. It is heading straight at us. All you have to do is aim well, pull the trigger, and fire. Oh, is it that easy? Okay.
Super easy.
Aiming. It's like a video game.
It is.
It's... Fire! Like this? Good. Keep it there. Do not move your aim. Get ready to fire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's still on top of it.
He is.
What? Arrogant.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Boy. Master Sir, did you see my mad skills?
I've been waiting for that one.
Bro. Check out my mad skills, yo.
That's right.
God, I feel bad just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my age is showing. I just might be a genius. What?
Hmm?
By the way, what's up with Bro and the gang? You don't think they fell off? Well, at least you still got me, Rico. Should be a piece of cake with me around, right, Master Sir?
Smack.
Good job, Rico.
Oof.
Bonk him on the back of the head.
That's right. All right. So we'll go ahead and save again once after dealing with that whole situation. And let's talk to everybody once again.
Oh, Master Rico, please don't be mad. It was just a joke. Master Rico, it's because of you that I am what I am. Come on. Shut up. Yikes!
Brooding.
Yes. Leave me alone, I'm brooding. That person wasn't aiming for me. Why? Good question. I was hoping you would know the answer.
Yep. So if you didn't catch it in the previous fight, it's made explicit here. Grahf is not aiming for Ellie at all when dealing with the party.
Jeez, why am I the one getting yelled at when it was me who took him out?
That's right.
He's not gone hammer. He's... I doubt you even scratched the paint, bro.
Yeah, indeed. What you got, Sidon?
Doc, I don't know how to say this, but I got a bad feeling. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking of the man in black? Thinking about him will not get you anywhere. First of all, it is not like you. It's not that. It's not like... It's more like this feeling of uneasiness that I've had before. You too? Well, to tell the truth, I'm getting a terrible feeling of deja vu. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is not accidental. And I feel like we're being watched. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna attack them again. Without asking anything, without attempting to communicate.
Ooh, who could be doing this?
It's gotta be Bart. Ain't nobody else that foolhardy. Bingo, our information was correct. It's Kislev's. It's huge. It appears to be, That's it, the Goliath, the one from the underground factory we've been heard so much about. Crap, they're taking revenge. Bet they're going to bomb Bledovik.
Yup.
Either way, no need to let him go so fast, right? Gunner. Gungany. No, Bart missile fueling.
Yeah, so they're Bart missiles. They were not called that until recently. So that's why he started calling them their actual name.
It'll take 15 seconds from opening the hatch to engage the illuminator. It seems like they've repaired the sandcrawler. Because that's the bridge.
It's
Unless
the bridge.
they've built a new one or something. Franz. I don't hear anything other than the surface wind waves in our engine. That is minimal from looking at the radar and sonar.
Just hopped
Wow, that
over.
was an odd hop.
Gigantic hop.
Here we go. Batcon level 1.
Batcon level 1.
It's a missed opportunity. I kind of wish he had said BartCon.
BartCon level 1. I've missed Bart.
Yes. Young master, what is happening? What was the alarm all about? Oh, good. Sigurd survived.
Sigurd's alive.
Young master, again? Battle stations, everyone. Surface navigation. Close the vents. Blow the main tank. Prepare for anti-aircraft battle upon surfacing. Just doesn't know when to give up. Young master, the Gungan missiles. We need permission from more than half of the crew members to surface combat. Stand by with the anti-aircraft guns. Gunner, give me the trigger for the Bart missiles. Need permission from half the crew.
Yeah.
Wow. This must be pretty potent missiles.
Also, note where this is.
They're in the ocean.
They are in the ocean.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. That it can do that, at least.
Yep.
Oh, man. I do like the cyclical nature of this, though, because we just had what was equivalently a larger scale version of what happened at Lahan.
That's right.
And now we're having a larger scale version of what happened between Faye and Bart the first time they ran into each other.
Yep. Indeed. It's
So
quite amusing.
I appreciate the use, the poetic nature of that. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Just Bart shooting missiles at us.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's nothing. Okay. I'm glad. Anyway, Titan, is it okay? We're flying in such a large ship. What if Kislev Ob finds us? We're fine. I thought ahead and picked a course over the sea. There are not any military units stationed out here.
Which was a smart idea, considering he was not aware of what is happening right now.
Right. Except for pirates.
Yeah.
And fools named Bart.
Fools.
Even then, this thing is not something that will go down so easily. We're going down.
Unless don't.
You're right. This cannot be right. Are we being attacked? Enemies?
Enemies?
Look at Hammer spit in the background.
Oh my god.
I do not know. What I did not think they would be submerged here. Are we okay? No. No, we are not. Unfortunately, there's no way we can avoid descending. Faye, Ellie, get out first. I will follow later. But we have no time for a debate now, Faye. Do you think you have the skills needed to keep the Goliath in the air as long as possible? Then hurry up and get out. Man, the Goliath strikes me as big enough to house the Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
With, like, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now then. And you too, Hammer, what are you going? You're going too. What are you doing just spinning around in circles?
Panicking.
Yes, sir. Mr. Titan, sir? Quit dawdling, we're going. Oh, that was... Yes, sir. I know it was probably a limitation of technology, but I would have loved to have seen Rico just, like, throw him under his arm and walk off with him.
Just start yeah.
Now, where did they... That ship. Can you do a facepalm? Facepalm for me.
Yeah.
Mr. Good. I think you need to rethink your method of disciplining.
Sight knows exactly what's happening.
Right. Oh, it's so good to see Bart back.
Uh-huh.
My voice will not like me, but I'm glad to see him back. Oh, yeah, we did it. That's the power of the Bart missile. I'm the coolest. Even Kiss's prototype can't stand up to it. Hey. It's stay back. Keep yeah, exactly. It's coming right at us. Because I didn't think this through.
Yep, exactly.
Bart, you fool.
We see a little bit of the scale.
Oh, geez. Okay, so it's not as big as I thought it was, then, if that's the comparison there.
Yeah. It is still pretty gigantic, but... Okay, everyone died. That's the game. Hope you enjoyed Xenogears. No, just kidding.
All right, on to this too. Lord have mercy. We have the coordinates of those recent dimensional vibrations. N24, E92, Ignis in the Lahan region, the Northeast Ocean. Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
From the wave pattern, it's definitely a gatekeeper. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There are no regular mainland flights. Could it be Shavat's Alpha Aura?
Yeah, we'll get into more of what Alpha Aura is in a little bit, but for now, Ramses is aware of Shivat as well, which not surprising.
And another mention of Gatekeeper, exactly where Faye is.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me type this up real quick.
Yep.
No, the mass is different. It's a much smaller pattern. Alpha Aura. All right, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe the Lambs have a ship equipped with a Gatekeeper. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It probably is Kislev's. The last purge was not complete.
Oh, hello.
Damn you.
Didn't you pursue
What?
the one who caused you so much pain and grief is on that ship? And it's headed for Akuvi.
Akuvi?
Aquavi.
Aquavi.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take the opportunity here to explain. We have mostly been dealing with Ignis, but there are 4 continents on this world. Aquavi is another one, and it's corresponding to the element of water. All the continents correspond to an element. We have heard of 3 of the 4 of them. So there's Ignis, Aquavi, there's Terrain, which is Earth, and then there is the Wind continent, which is Elru. Elru is the same as the country we've heard referenced with the demon of Elru.
Right.
So it's sort of, I take it as like it's a country and a continent at the same time, sort of like Australia.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's Aquavi.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little hung up on the Gatekeeper thing still, because I've been operating under the assumption that it's Fae, and it could still be Fae, like an organic Gatekeeper.
Right.
But they said basically the implication was it was a vehicle equipped with a Gatekeeper, and specifically it said it was probably Kislev's, which means that they have given Solaris has given gatekeepers to specific areas. Like it's probably still under guard by their people, right? But this seems to be that they've been given gatekeepers to these specific locations, which goes to your point where like these gates are in specific spots, right? So gatekeepers allow them to enter or to maintain that shift. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I believe because that's what was being stated when the masked woman showed up in Kislev, was that you could go wherever you want with it. So the Goliath had a gatekeeper on it, is what that means.
Right. So does that mean it could create a portal, so to speak, and then fly through it?
The way I take it, and we'll get more into what a gatekeeper is and how it works, but the way I take it is it can basically penetrate the dimensional distortion field around Solaris, basically. And yeah, there's other examples of how that sort of thing works that we'll get into more. But yeah, that's essentially what it does, is it allows them to penetrate a gate, basically.
Okay, got it.
All
Headed
right.
for Akivi.
Yeah, headed for Aquavie. Yep.
Put all crew members on emergency alert. We're attacking the Kislev ship. His voice is too similar to Rico's now. I gotta figure something else out. we can't, Commander. We don't have orders from the capital yet. I don't care. If we move from here... I don't care. I won't allow them to escape. Oh.
Hello.
Grahf, what are you doing, dude?
I believe I already said your tricks would do you no good.
I'm just trying to help. Didn't I help get those shackles off? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know the vessel will only respond to the chosen one. Also interesting.
Indeed.
They don't know this, but he's necessary for Kar. He's the very meaning of Kar's existence.
What
yes,
does
I
it
must
mean?
thank you. After all, you did help me, didn't you? Was it for me? Or for him? Or for yourself?
Yep. And now Gebler's headed our way as well.
I've heard the name Kar used before.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me in what context we've heard Kar?
Kar is a shortening of Karan, which is Ramses' first name.
Okay.
Yeah. That's who he's
interesting.
called by those he's close to.
Okay, so that actually has even more interesting weight than I thought it did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll take the boundary between gates 1 and 2. It's the shortest way to Aquavie. Fine. Message from Kavanna. Dominia is withdrawing in Haishao. She will pursue the aerial battleship.
All right.
Man, sometimes these narrative beats have a lot of weight to them, even if they're just like snippets.
Yes. Yes.
The
indeed.
Digimen. Start trying to give them different voices. You guys just have to suffer through the one. Disobedience. Ramses orders are to excavate the anima relics in Ignis. And to watch over the lambs. What is he? We can recover the anima relics any time. Moreover, we learned that he was on the transferred ship. Ramses was probably after him. So it was the trauma. Nay, in this case, Negret, there was the severe external wounds.
So, short aside, there has been some speculation on what Nigret means. It seems like it is a proper name, so it might be the name of one of the Digimen here.
Yeah, that was my assumption, was that they were legitimately just saying, like, no, Dan, he's actually...
Yeah, right. That's what I believe it is. I've double-checked that, and, if anybody has anything to say about that, for some reason, that proper name has been debated a little bit, because it's just really weird looking, but I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, if it's trauma. Oh, wait, is the Demon of Elry, like, floating around in places we can't see? Because Grahf, like, just appears. Maybe the demon does, too. Anyway.
Yeah, it's possible. He has the similar capabilities to Grahf and could just kind of pop up whenever he wants.
Right, maybe he's been around a lot longer than we thought he has.
That's possible. Also, I just have to respond. Trauma is severe external wounds as well.
That's true.
They're clearly meaning, like, not mental trauma, the
Right.
actual wounds he suffered. Yeah.
Right. According to the memory cube, we found multiple subjects around him that possess the animus factor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Sufradi, the subject of the M project? Yes.
Yes.
Coincidence? I think not. Nay, it is beyond that. They were either attracted to him or unexpectedly it's developing into the same condition as 500 years ago. This is why we needed to blow him up.
Mm-hmm.
Does not rule out the possibility he planned it this way intentionally. Don't give Faye that much credit.
Who's he?
A transfer point is Aquavie. It's near the Thames.
Mm-hmm.
Thames, depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Tim's, yeah.
Yep. If it is Aquavie, Krelian's headed that way. Krelian? Himself? What for? It seems they found it. For over 4,000 years, he searched for Zeboim's legacy. Legacy? Is that the technology he was talking about?
Oh, hello.
Hi, Kane.
He was listening in the whole time.
Oh, boy. Yes. Molecular engineering. Nanotechnology. The land of all creations. The capital of Zeboim culture. Resting beneath the ocean of Aquavie. It's Atlantis. For 19 years, the ethos kept it secret. Is this acceptable, Kane? Yes, it will do for now. 19 years, that coincides with the time when the Earth shifted. When Faye was born, indeed. Indeed. But I don't understand that technology doesn't seem that crucial to us. He is still a lamb. Giving him the ability to do as he wishes is questionable. Rather out of the question. There are times when even we do not know what he is thinking. Let it be. I will take responsibility for that. On another matter, weren't you all going to eliminate it? It's just by chance. It is probable the location is Ignis. Anyway, I never believed it would eliminate it so easily. The purge was a failure. This shall never happen again. If this animus are together, it's all the more reason. Yes. Kane, why are you so concerned about it? To us, he is insignificant. It could only be a poison to us. It could never be a remedy. Inanable?
Yeah, NLB, I believe.
Inanelbi.
Mm-hmm.
You don't still believe that, do you? That is merely an illusion, not even an ideal. The result is what I am now. It is as you see it. Old, decrepit, digital men. Or rather, is it the emotion you have long forgotten? Kane, we are gods.
Huh.
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, huh?
Yeah, indeed.
Is Satan being deceived?
Very good question. Yeah, so just to take a couple of moments here.
Yeah.
There's quite a
Probably
lot.
More than a few.
Yeah, there is quite a lot in there in that dialogue here. So we could take it line by line here. We will have an opportunity here momentarily to save our game here and such, because we are going to have to kind of figure out what the fallout is of this. But yeah, there's quite a lot, and there is not a lot that can be cleared up within this conversation. But there was mention of another individual named Kelvena. And Kelvena was conveying what Dominia's activities are. Withdrawing in Hashayo. Whatever that is, one might presume it's a gear or a vehicle of some kind. And the Digimon conversation here. We got a mention of the anima relics in Ignis. There was also mention of the animus factor. And that there are those gathering around him, and whenever they say him, they tend to refer to Fae that
Right.
have the animus factor. So I believe I'd mentioned this before, but just to kind of repeat it, anima within Jungian psychology, anima is the unconscious feminine psychological qualities that a man possesses. Animus, unconscious masculine psychological qualities that a woman possesses. So these are going to become, like they've been mentioned several times. It's pretty obvious at this point, but just to spell it out, these are pretty important things that are happening. These are what the Digimen are concerned with. And to some extent, one would think Kane, but he's still a little bit enigmatic at this point.
Yeah. Also, it was mentioned that, or like there was more than one source of this animus factor
Yes,
together now, where before that wasn't the case.
that's correct. Yes.
So I'm just banking an assumption here that Ellie is also an anima factor, just like Faye. So she would be the animus, where Faye would be the anima. But, right? Is that right? Masculine is anima, feminine is animus, and regardless.
Yeah. So that's an interesting. Let me read the exact thing they said here. According to the memory cube, we found multiple subjects around him that possess the animus factor.
Okay.
Right, and so the animus factor relates to something called the anima relics, which have been mentioned once or twice before.
Right.
So that's Ramses's mission, is to excavate the anima relics. But
Right.
he keeps getting distracted because Grahf or Miang or someone will tell him, like, hey, he's over there, the jerk you really don't like. He's like, okay, we're going there, and I'm going to attack him immediately. I don't care what my orders are. It doesn't matter to me. I got to go deal with this.
Okay, so even though animus and anima do have a explicit masculine and feminine connection, it doesn't necessarily mean that a man or a woman would have one or the other. So
Correct.
So, for instance, if, let's say, Faye is outputting some type of anima energy, for lack of a better way of saying that,
Right.
then his party members, like Rico and Ellie and Bart, are all exhibiting animus factors, which you need both to create a cohesive whole, whatever that is. I'm assuming to maybe make use of the anima relics.
Yeah, that's possible, and we can get a little bit further into the weeds with this because we don't have all the information. But I would point out that it is mentioned that the anima relics are being excavated in
Right.
Ignas, so there is also something else going on. But theoretically, what you're saying, yes, there is a relation between the anima and the animus. So that would be a theoretical example of that. Like if there is an anima, then a corresponding animus would interact with it.
Listen, we all know that Veltal is the black lion, and we just need to get the red lion, the orange, the yellow lion, green, and blue lion together so we can form the Voltron gear and
yes.
kick whatever the bad guy's butt is.
Yes. I mean, that's you figured it out. That's the whole plot of this game. That's right.
It's actually just a huge preamble to Voltron.
Yep. I agree with you. That's right. The other thing I did want to mention about the previous conversation, and we will be coming back to a lot of these concepts, so we're going to leave some of this hanging out of necessity. But they did also mentioned a man named Krelian, and he is active in the Aqua V region. So one would presume if he's important and our party's important, which makes sense, this is a JRPG, we would encounter him at some point. We don't really know anything about Krelian, but they do say Krelian himself. So that's, he's clearly someone who's important. It also mentions that for over 4,000 years, he searched for Zebawim's legacy. So we have some remarkably long-lived people here, probably. At least in Krelian's case, he's been searching for something for millennia.
Yeah, and it's also heavily implied that Digimen are also at least that old, if not older.
Yeah, they're quite old, yeah.
Because they're saying this thing that Kane, Ananoba,
Ananoba, yeah.
Yeah. This is why I got to write down all my questions in post. But Ananelba is clearly something that has affected a change in the Digimen, because they're like, that is why we're like this. It clearly doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
and them calling themselves gods.
They called themselves gods. They mentioned Ananelba as a poison to them. It can never be a remedy. All of that. I do also want to mention that the name Zeboim is a biblical reference to a destroyed city. The most popular mention of that is probably Sodom and Gomorrah. They were in the Zeboim region within the narrative there. So that's sort of where that name comes from. And they also mention that there was a legacy from Zeboim, nanotechnology, which is what Krellian has been searching for. So those are kind of the basic. Beyond that, we can only really speculate because we still don't have all the information about what they're talking about, but we have a little more now, and that's sort of how it goes with them.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Back to this so that we can wrap it up so we don't keep you guys here forever.
Yeah. We're about to go ahead, but we'll see where everybody is here.
Oh, that really hurt.
Ow.
Where am I? I was with Faye, heading for the rear block. Faye! Where are you, Faye?
Just walking around as Ellie now.
On a 8x10 square of reality.
On something. What's going on here?
Well, so much for the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hello.
Is this what's left of Yggdrasil too? Oh no, this is Goliath still.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, you're awake. I didn't want to wake you up. But, you know, did you know that your face is burned on one side? Anyway, don't worry about that. Am I awake? What were you doing? I was looking around inside. There's less than 2 days worth. Of what? Food? We're lucky we even found any. But where is everyone? Are we the only survivors? We gotta do something. I guess I'll go catch some fish. Why are you ignoring her? Mm-hmm. Faye! They're okay. What? They're not here. They're okay. They're okay. Doc, Rico, Hammer, everyone. They're all going to be okay.
Quite a statement.
They're just not here on this scrap of debris.
Mm-hmm.
Hammer, Rico, wake up. Where are we? What is this place? Something smells. That's probably Bart's perfume. I wouldn't worry about that too much. We're inside the ship of Bart and his crew. Oh, maybe Choo Choo's hanging out. They rescued us after we got shot down in Goliath. Who the heck are Bart and his crew? Let us say they are bandits, robbing Arv. Bart is their leader, though he is still a young man. A robber in this day and age? A man with an attitude. I like it. Do you want to start off by going to meet Bart? You read my mind. I'm staying here.
All right, so now we got Satan and Rico here.
I said I'm staying put here.
All right. Okay.
Oh boy, that's a lot to unpack there.
Yup. So now we got that familiar theme, that refrain, the Yggdrasil. We got my son up here where he always is. It's almost like nothing happened.
Right. I wonder if they, dove to minimize damage.
That's an interesting idea.
Oh, Dr. Uzuki. Not Ukazi, that'd be weird.
That would be weird.
I'm sorry to put you out so much. We should have stopped the young master. I'm terribly sorry. Just give me some of your great tea. Oh, my chronic lumbago has gotten worse since I hustled a Nov.
Poor Myson. I believe, yep, we still got a save point right here. So, we're sort of in a weird predicament situation here. Oh, look at that. Rico, just to show you guys, we do have all of his death blows learned as well. So we're in pretty good shape with our party members, as it were, even though they're, at this point, separated in a really odd way after what happened.
Now we get that whole part of the story where you're separated for like a few hours and it's annoying, but you deal with it anyway because it's good narrative.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting section of the game. I quite like it, but it's like, oh, well, we're picking up the pieces again, aren't we? What's going on here?
Never split the party.
Yeah, so a couple of things to mention here. On the Yggdrasil here, you can upgrade your gears. There aren't any new parts available at this point. And Veltal and Virge are both available to upgrade, so go crazy. If you were having some trouble and you got some money and you wanted to go ahead and do some upgrades or, sell the gold nuggets from the factory and all that, you can go ahead and do it right now. And you should do it before you talk with Bart on the bridge, because that will move it forward. So that is going to be our next goal here. But we are going to be doing that next time, I think, because we're pretty much at time here. And there will be plenty of developments next time here. But we do have quite a bit to unpack.
Any other needs time to write down questions because I could not type fast enough and keep up with our flow.
Yeah. There's quite a lot that has happened. So we kind of touched on several of the things that the Digimen were talking about here. There are some terms that are going to make more sense as we go, and they're not going to make sense right now. But just looking at the words themselves.
As a prime example, Alpha Aura is a great one where it's like there's all kinds of sentences, like a sentence around that, and all I had was just those two words, so I'll have to go back to that.
Yep.
So a couple of questions to leave off.
Mm-hmm.
No discussion necessary because we can discuss them more in depth in the next episode.
Yep.
Grahf said his objective is to kill the Mother of God, or the Mother God.
Mother God. That's right.
And we don't really know what Ramses's objective is, but the way Myong speaks makes me wonder if Grahf's and Ramses's objectives are actually a lot closer than they think.
Interesting.
So, just again, as always, spaghetti against the wall. I am wondering if Grahf and Ramses's objectives is basically to eliminate the leadership of Solaris. So maybe Grahf's intention is to kill Cain. And or maybe something adjacent to that, and Ramses is trying to replace Cain or the Digimen to become the ruler himself. I still think his is very self-serving, but he wants more than his command position, obviously. So the only thing beyond where he's at in a power way would be as a ruler of some sort. So
right. Yeah, the other thing that gets mentioned regarding Ramses is that he, once again, they're using the pronoun, is very important, is the meaning of Ramses's existence. So it's why, we see whatever he is told, oh, hey, the person that's caused you all these problems is over here. And they're just like, all right, we're doing that immediately. I don't really care. So why is that?
Yeah.
Would that be part of that objective? Would it be maybe just something? It seems like it's completely irrational, right? He's just rage takes over and he's like, all right, I'm attacking that right now. Immediately.
Yeah, well, there's certainly an element of vengeance there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially if he, in that reference, is the demon of Elru.
Sure.
Because of the trauma, right? There's clearly nightmares he's having in regards to the demon of Elru, but we've also got a line from previously where allegedly the demon of Elru claimed Faye as their son. So
The line where the demon claims Faye as their son.
right, because they're like they said the guy in the red hair, I think is how it was referred to.
Sure.
He's not called the demon at that point.
Sure. Right.
But I maybe my memory is a little shaky, and I can go back and look at my notes. But at some point, man in red hair,
yes,
claims Faye as his son. Now, that's assuming that it is a man in red hair, right? But that is the sprite that we see when that line is stated.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'd be curious.
I'll have to go back and check my notes.
Yeah. We'll cover that a little bit more at the start of the next episode. I think that's going to be very good to kind of follow up on. But yeah, that is an interesting idea. So if that is true, what does that say about the demon? Could it be that he's Faye's father, or
right,
something else?
I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. Right.
Okay. So it was in episode 8. I'll go back and watch it.
Okay.
Episode 8. There was a red-haired person in Ramses's flashback.
Ah, yes.
And somewhere in that flashback, it's implied, or like the words "he is my son" or something is indicating that is Faye's parent, one of Faye's parents.
Ah, okay.
So I'll have to go. I'll see if I can find the actual thing, and we can talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah,
but
we'll be coming back to this. This is interesting, but yeah,
make an actual note to do that.
Yep. We're going to make sure to come back to that.
Okay, I'll review that later. Anyway,
all right.
Keep you guys from hanging on our every word.
Yeah. The only other thing that was mentioned that I had forgotten to say was they mentioned the Thames.
Right.
I will be explaining more about that next time. You might recognize it as the River Thames in southern England. That is at least, it's a similar name. Again, I will be covering this next time, but that was mentioned during the Digimon conversation.
Right.
But yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and wrap this episode up. This is a little bit of a weird spot to do it, but this is going to be the best save point before we get into a lot more stuff. So
sometimes we can't chapter break. Sometimes we have to, with those little intermission dots in books, in between chapters where they're like, hey, we're changing perspectives. Sometimes we have to do those breaks. Yep. Otherwise, we'll put out like a 4-hour video. And while some of you might like that, I can't handle being up that late.
Yeah, I'd love it, but yeah. We do have some reasonably long videos in this playthrough already, and I'm sure we'll have more before we conclude it. But yeah, for now, we will go ahead and wrap it, and we hope you enjoyed it. Certainly a very thought-provoking section here. A lot of interesting things being brought up, and kind of see the stories moving forward. So please join us next time as we keep going with this. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have plenty more questions before the end of the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
And as a reminder, please feel free to check out our other series. If you like what you've been hearing here, obviously we really could use all the support with like, subscribe, sharing, all of that. And as Dan pointed out, we just love having you guys here. So thank you more than anything else. Thanks for just hanging out with us and enjoying this experience with us. If you do like what you see, check out Skies, check out, Unpacking. We got our Tea Time series going. I think at this point, the new Tea Time is just being released as well. Or if it isn't, it should have been just released from the last episode, I believe,
we
at the
really,
time of this recording.
Yeah, we really hope you're enjoying that. Feel free to leave some comments over there, too. I know I really like the new one. I like both of the ones we've done for Tea Time. They're both pretty cool.
Right.
So.
And then, of course, Wind Waker as well. So
yes.
And all the good things we have coming down the pipeline as well. So just check those out. Keep an eye on our community tab as well, because I do post things, questions and comments and all that. We'd like to hear it all.
Absolutely.
Other than that, we hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you all in the next video.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly doo 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 doo.
Thanks for watching.